I've been talking about expanding my single card collection this year in 2024. What have I been picking up over the past few months online and at recent card shows? Well, I'm going to be going through what I have in this folder. You can see just some of the cards, not all of them, but some of the cards I have been picking up to add into my seal collection. Some of them I'm looking at getting graded, maybe not all of them, but these are the cards I just really like to add into my collection. So come along with me, jump in, and let's take a look. Alright, so right here I have my folder. Now I've been getting a bunch of different cards, at different points, over the past few months, probably towards the back end of last year, going into this year, of course. And I've gone to the Cardiff card show, went a couple of weeks ago. It was really good. I didn't manage to film anything, unfortunately, but I did manage to pick up some pretty cool individual cards. And these are also cards that I've ordered online, whether or not it would be from eBay, Facebook, places like that, or I've pulled some of these cards either from opening videos or just cracking packs in my spare time. So let's jump in. A few of these cards I'm going to grade. I'm not too sure if I'm going to grade all of these. Now, some of these I am looking to grade to try and get in a PSA 10, to try and get good value out of it, but not necessarily all these cards are for that. So let's jump in anyway, and let's take a look. But I am still looking at expanding a lot of these cards in the future. So let's take a look at the first page. I don't know if you guys can see it quite easy there. So first off, we have the Chonkachu from Lost Origin. I'll grab a few of these cards so you guys can see them a little bit better and a little bit closer. So we have the big Chonkachu. This one is from Lost Origin. I really rate Lost Origin. I think it's a fantastic set. Booster boxes are getting expensive. This is one of my favorite cards in the set. I don't know why, I just find it absolutely hilarious. I like this one and the Aerodactyl. This is one I will send off to get graded, just because it is such a cool card and I do like the look of it. But yeah, Aerodactyl is the other one. Of course, I don't have the Giratina or the Aerodactyl, but the Giratina is nice, but I'm not massively bothered about picking it up just yet. But nonetheless, this is a really cool Pikachu. We'll take a look at the graded price, or the market price of this Chonkachu. So let's take a look. So I'm on PokeJace for this. This is what gives me a good idea of, whether or not it's worth getting graded, stuff like that. So we're looking at this Chonkachu. We're looking around $33 raw. Like I say, I picked this one up. I think I picked it up for around about £25, something like that. And we're looking at PSA 10 is $80. Not too bad. I mean, it has been dropping over the past 6 months. That might be probably due to the reprints that Lost Origin had. That's not too bad. I'll be quite happy to get in a 10. If I get in a 9, it'd be a bit of a bummer. But I do feel like it is still a really good condition card. Like when I take a look at it, I do feel like it's hard to tell on the front, but the back looks pretty sweet. I haven't really noticed any, problems with it. So yeah, pretty cool one. Then we have the fish, the Chiyu. This one is from, I think it's Powder Evolved or Scarlet Violet base? I can't remember which set it's from, but it was from one of the Scarlet Violet era sets. This one I did pick up from a card show. I really wanted it. It's super cheap right now. I might get it graded. It's not one of the best cards that get graded, so I'm not massively bothered. Then we got the Alakazam. Now this one is a sweet one. I think we showed it on stream the other day. This is a really nice card. This one I did pull actually from a PokeRev mystery pack. Had a Fates Collide pack in it. Never opened up Fates Collide before. Bang. Big card. I mean, I didn't realize when I opened it that this was the biggest card in the set. It's beautiful art. I didn't even know it existed, to be honest. It is absolutely amazing. I don't mind Alakazam. He's a pretty cool Pokemon, but we've got Lugia in the background. We've got the Umbreon there as well. It is really cool. I mean, I don't know how well it will get graded, mainly because XY is super tough to get 10s. I am going to get it graded. Might get an 8, probably get a 9 at best. I don't really see it. It's got a bit of white in there. I just don't see it getting a 10. But it'll be cool to add in my collection. But yeah, unfortunately, I don't feel like it will get a 10, but this is still a beautiful card. Then we have the Gardenia's Vigor. This is just a really nice card I like from Crown Zenith. I just like the artwork. I know it's not massively expensive. I probably won't get it graded, but it is still really nice. And then we go on to the next page, right? So we've got more stuff from Crown Zenith and a few other sets as well. We have the Glaceon V-Star. I absolutely love this. This is one of my favorite artworks from Crown Zenith. I don't have the Leafeon there yet. I do want to get the Leafeon. That is another one. I love evolutions, and Glaceon's actually my second favorite evolution behind Sylveon, but we'll see Sylveon in a bit. But yeah, this is a beautiful card. I do have 2 of these. I will get it graded. I know it's not worth a ton amount of money to get graded, but I am looking again this one graded. Then we've got my boy Entei. Absolutely love this artwork. It's absolutely gorgeous. Same with the Suicune. I don't own the Raikou. I need to get hold of the Raikou. And the thing is, right now, a lot of the Crown Zenith cards are reasonably cheap. Unless you're going for like the gold V-Stars, Things like the Entei and the Suicune and the Raikou are not too bad. And then we got the Galarian Articuno. My favorite Pokemon is Articuno. This is the gold one from Brilliant Stars. And I am looking at picking up the others. So the Zapdos and the Moltres. I don't have them yet. But this one I did pull from a booster pack. This is a really cool one. Very, very nice. This one, it's quite funny. I actually bought one and then I pulled one like 2 days later. And then these I purchased. I bought these online. These ones I did buy. Then we move over. We have the Irida, another big card from Crown Zenith. I pulled this one quite recently in an opening video. I'm really happy with that. Beautiful card. Might get it graded, might not. I'm yet to decide. Then we got the Gardevoir from Scarlet Violet base. Now I actually went out of my way to buy a bunch of Scarlet Violet base cards just because they're so cheap. I don't have the Miriam. I've got this Miriam, but not the big Miriam yet. Even then, it's still really, really cheap. I managed to pick this one up. I think it was like £18, something like that. It wasn't really breaking the bank that much. This one I picked up for about 12, I think 13, something like that. Again, a recent card show. Really cheap. Probably grade this one. Might grade this one, but maybe just get it in the slab. It'll look quite nice. Then we got Fido. My boy Fido coming in. Absolutely love Fido. And Dash Bun. There isn't a Dash Bun illustration rare yet, but this one I'm going to get graded, but I'm probably going to go with Ace grading for that. Try and get if they do an Ace label for this, but this one probably goes enough to Ace. Beautiful card, not really worth a lot, but I like it, and I want them to do a Dash Bun because I would like to have a full art Rocky card. It'd be amazing. Right, then we move on to more spicy goodness. So we have the Miraidon from Scarlet and Violet base. I absolutely love this, only because the only reason why I love this card is because we've got the Dash Bun right there. Look at him. And that looks like my dog. It's amazing. That's why I want them to do the Dash Bun illustration. Hey, if they do a Dash Bun special illustration, I'll be even happier. But yeah, really cool card. Love the artwork. Koraidon, beautiful. I am going to get these graded. Super cheap these were. I mean, this one was really cheap. This one was like £13. He has dropped massively. Love the colours on that. Getting these graded. Apparently Scarlet and Violet's quite tough to get 10s, but I'll have to wait and see. Then we've got Blastoise. Did pull this one from 151. I've opened up very little 151. I mean, very, very little. And I did manage to get the Blastoise in my ETB, my first ETB. Really happy with that. Not my favourite card in the set. My favourite card in the set is the Zapdos. Still haven't got that yet. But the Squirtle Water Blastoise line is my favourite evolution line. I'm going to probably open up some more 151. I haven't for a while. I think it's about time. So when we look at the Blastoise graded, so this is one of the bigger ones I want to go for. Raw price look around 40. I did pull it, so it didn't really cost me anything. And then we look at 146 in a PSA 10. I mean, it has dropped massively in a PSA 10. I mean, it's gone from over $300 down. Well, I've dropped over 50%, which is actually pretty crazy. But it would be interesting to see. Hopefully, it does come back at 10. You know, when I do send off, I'll be sending off stuff later on this year, probably around the summertime. But you know, it's still a beautiful card. It'd be interesting to see what it comes back as. But yeah, really, really nice. I'm happy I've got it. Be sweet in a slab. All right, and then we've got the Full Art Mega Sableye Mega Tyranitar. Now, I did actually have the OR of this, and I did get it graded, and it got a 9. 9, believe it or not, for the OR is not actually worth really much at all. Whereas the PSA 10 is worth like 200 plus. So PSA 10 is worth a decent amount, whereas the 9, it was a bit of a bummer, so I sold it. But I've still got the Full Art. I'm tempted to get this graded. I'm not too sure yet, but I did manage to pick this up. It wasn't that expensive. And I was like, you know what? T-Tar is one of my favorites. I might get it graded, I might not, but it's still a beautiful card. And I like Tag Team. I love Tag Team. All right, we're going into alt arts now. We're going to some Sword and Shield alt art. Now, I'm trying to get every single alt art in the Sword and Shield era. That's one of my goals. And just have every single one in a slab. Every single one. Even like Anaconda. You know, just doesn't matter. So we've got the Luminon V, the fish from Brilliant Stars. This is actually my favorite card from the set. You know, it's not Charizard or anything like that. It is Luminon V. I have the Arceus alt art already slabbed. I think it's in a 10. But I don't have the art Charizard yet. I will be trying to get hold of this. Do have the Luminon. I think this one probably won't get a 10 if I get it graded, mainly because the top is super thin. Look at that compared to the bottom. But yeah, I'm going to get it graded anyway, even if it comes back a 9, fine. It's not that expensive in a 10, so if I want to upgrade it to a 10 and go out and buy a 10, then I can, and yeah, I'll probably just sell the 9. But yeah, this is a beautiful card. One that I definitely want in a slab, to be fair. Then we have Tornadus, busy flexing on us. I think this one was from Chilling Rain, I believe. Chilling Rain's got a ton of alt arts. I do have the Legendary Birds graded. Don't have the Blaziken yet, but I will try and get all of them. This is a cool card. Tornadus always makes me laugh because he's always flexing. But yeah, Cool card. I like the artwork. Wasn't that expensive. Picked this one up maybe 15, 16 pounds, something like that, which actually wasn't too bad for an art. Then we get to what I think is the juicy part of this folder, and that is the Sylveons. Now, I picked up this. This is my favorite card from Evolving Skies. I do have the Moonbryon already, but this is my favorite. Sylveon is my favorite evolution, and this card is absolutely stunning. When we take a closer look at this, this is a beautiful card. I don't take it out of the sleeve. We'll leave it there. But yeah, I'm hoping this will get a 10. The center on the front looks pretty good, and then when I look at the back, it's actually not too bad. There's nothing that jumps out at me for it to be bad. I picked this one up. I think I got it on eBay a while ago. I think it was about 90, 95, something like that. It is crept up in price. The Sylveon, I mean, everything has in Evolving Skies. Yeah, this in a 10, absolutely stunning. Yeah, when we look at the Sylveon in a PSA 10, I mean, raw price, yeah, 130. I picked it up for like 90, 95, which is actually pretty good. A few months back now, but I did pick it up. We're looking at PSA 10, $230. So, you know, pretty decent jump. There's a lot in a PSA 10, but a 9 basically is the same as the raw price. But the PSA price actually dipped to like 170 for a low, and it's on the uptick, which is actually pretty impressive. You know, over the past month, kind of stayed pretty steady, but you go back 6 months, you can see it actually is bouncing back up. I think that's because a lot of the cards from the Sword and Shield era, you know, especially the arts and Evolving Skies, it's just incredible. Then we've got the normal Sylveon V art. This is the other one that I'm looking to get graded. And again, Sylveon is amazing. I don't have all the evolutions yet, but I will eventually. This one looks really nice. I will send it off to get graded. This is just a gorgeous card. I picked this one up for £40 when maybe a few months ago. This was really good. I think I picked it up on someone off Facebook Marketplace. It was quite funny. I think they sold it to me, and then they were like, about a week or so later, they were like, hang on a minute, I think this card is actually worth more than what I sold it to you for. And I was like, probably, it all depends on the condition. And then when I received it and when I looked at it, I was like, you know what, in pretty good condition. So yeah, hopefully this one might come back a 10. That would be amazing if I can have both of them side by side in slabs. Beautiful. Okay, we've got a few more alt arts here that I've been picking up recently. We've got the Hisuian Lilligant V from Astral Radiance, one of my favorite artworks from the set. Absolutely gorgeous. It's got a beautiful art, loads of really nice cool looking Pokemon, but it's quite cheap. I mean, it was like maybe £15, something like that. I managed to pick one up pretty cheap. Celebi. Now, Celebi, I am looking at getting graded. I think, like I say, I'm going to get graded all of the alt arts. The Celebi, I managed to pick this one up. I think I picked it up on eBay. I think it was like 25, something like £25, something like that. The centering on this one looked pretty decent on the front. And then when I looked at the back again, I was like, you know what? This card looked like it was in pretty good condition. So hopefully that can come back a 10. Which would be absolutely amazing. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But gorgeous artwork from Fusion Strike. Tough to pull. I don't really want to open up any Fusion Strike. I'm happy to go out and buy the cards. I will eventually get the Gengar. I will probably just buy the Gengar rather than, I'm definitely not going to try and pull it. Especially with Fusion Strike prices rising. That is definitely, you know, one thing that I am looking out for. Then we've got the Honchkrow from Brilliant Stars, I believe. These are more on the cheaper end of the alt arts that you can get. You got the Regidrago, that's dropped in price quite a bit from Silver Tempest. And you got the Skunk Tank as well, which has also dropped, you know, a fair amount. And these are quite cheap. Most of these are quite cheap alt arts, and now's a great time to get some of these alt arts because I think some of them have the potential to start climbing just like they did from the Sun and Moon era, so that's one thing to look out for. Then we have a bit of a weird one, a few weird pages. These are cards I'm actually going to send off to get graded. These are the legendary bird promos from the Hidden Fates ETBs. I love them. It's one of my favorite looking promos. I've graded a bunch before, and I'm going to grade a whole lot more again. In here, I think I've got like, yeah, I've got 10 so far. I think I've got more. Been opening up a lot of Hidden Fates recently, and we have a lot of ETBs. So yeah, I think I've got more coming. Between now and then, we will be opening up more Hidden Fates, so there'll be more of these promos for me to get graded. So expect a lot of these to be available once I get them graded on the store. But yeah, this is one which I just like grading. It's such a nice card. And then we got the Charizard UPC promos. These are just some of the ones I have that I've opened. I've got some that are still sealed. But I do have quite a lot of the Charizard UPC. I've opened up a fair amount of the Charizard UPC, and I've been slowly collecting these. So right here we have 8 of each. This is my favorite one. This is my favorite artwork, of course. These are cheap. You can pick these up, you know, as a set for 20, 25, but they are quite cheap to get hold of. They are amazing promos. I do want them graded. Some of them can fetch a pretty hefty price if you do manage to get them in the 10. They're promos, which are quite tricky to get in 10s, but you know, they're worth a fair chunk of change if you do manage to get them in 10s. I've got, like I said, I've got 8 of each here. I think I've got another 10 or 12 sets of these promos. So I've got like 20 in total of each, which is crazy, but they're sealed at the moment, but they will probably be sent off as well. Like I say, it's going to be a huge PSA submission when I get around to doing it, and a lot of these are going to be cards where I want them to have and to be 10s in my collection, but then I also want to, you know, have some that I can, you know, sell or whatever it may be, and to keep in my collection. The more I send off, the more chance I get a 10. That's usually the way I want to look at it. But like I said, there's a lot of these cards awesome that I do want to get graded. Some I'm not too fussed about, and there are a whole lot more that I do want to just add into my collection, which I am on the hunt and looking for. There you have it, guys. Those are just some cards that I have been collecting so far over the past few months. Like I say, they were either from buying them from eBay or Facebook, places like that, cracking them open in packs, or from card shows. I am looking to go into more card shows this year to pick up some goodies, and on top of that, I am looking at trying to get the cards I'm missing and that I want from a variety of different sets. I don't tend to go for master sets, really. I tend to just go for the cards I like from a particular set. I don't really go for some from an investment standpoint. Not always. There are some cards I do, because I do feel like they're worth grading and worth trying to get a 10. But there are some which I'm like, you know what, this card just looks amazing. I just want it in a slab. You know, that's why I want to get hold of all of the Sword and Shield arts, because I think a lot of them would have good value in the long run. But I think they would look amazing. Just a whole collection of the entire set in slabs would be really, really cool. So that's what I'm trying to do. That's what I've been going for so far. If you made this far to the video, guys, and you've enjoyed it, make sure to smash that like button and make sure you subscribe for more Pokemon content. Let me know down in the comments, what are your thoughts on my cards? What are you looking to add in your collection, and what have you added into your collection? Because there are some gorgeous cards out there, especially in Scarlet Violet. There's a lot of cards I really haven't opened up many packs to try and get, which I do want to get in my collection, because there are some phenomenal looking cards that I do want to get. But if you want to know what's going on in the Pokemon single card market right now, make sure to click the video on screen. And if you watch more Pokemon content, guys, and you know what to do, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Alright, guys, that's it from me in this video. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, you guys are legends. I'll see you in the next one.